consumers now, they use smartphones to do a lot of communications, and especially social medias like Facebook, Twitters, and like WhatsApp, and so they communicate by using smartphones. So less and less people use PC to communicate. So this is the first thing. But in terms of speed, for PC it's still fast because you can leverage like broadband service at home. It's extremely fast. So we can see two different dimensions. So for communications, for social media, that's I guess at least 80% is smartphone. But for other like more on web browsing or even download files, that will be still on PC. We do see some new malware or viruses attacking actually smartphone on all the platforms like Apple or Android platforms. So, but it's not as many as PC at this moment. Still, compared with PC is now today is talking about more than 10 million viruses. But on smartphone, it's still talking about maybe 100 or more than just more than 100. So it's still a small number, but it's well because the end users or consumers' behavior now you can use smartphone to do internet banking. Now you use the smartphone to do social media and communications like Facebook or Twitter or something. So then the hackers can steal more information from smartphones than put it this way. First of all, we don't recommend end users or consumers to jailbreak or root your devices. Actually, if you jailbreak the device or root your device, actually hackers can easily control your device at an administrative level or root level. But without doing that, it's not easy to do. So that's why I also explain why there are few very damaging viruses in this market for smartphones, right? But it's very common in PC because on PC you can easily access the administrative level or access the kernel, but it's not at the smartphone devices level at this point. On smartphone devices, we see I would say over 90% of the malwares are coming with jailbreaked or rooted devices and with some modified applications. Because actually, for the applications from Apple stores or from Android's market, all the applications need to be certified by Apple or by Google, by Android. But if you download some applications which has been modified by someone and hosted somewhere else, then there's no guarantee. And if you install that kind of viruses or malware on your device, it's really hard to tell. And at this moment, for all the consumers, their awareness is not that high. It's not high enough, so they don't have the concept that I have to install an antivirus solution on my device. So at this moment, this is not what we see, because still like SMS, email, and Bluetooth browser is one of the very major path. Why application is not the major theme of distribution of malware? Because on both iPhones and Android devices, all the applications have been isolated by the operating system. So you can easily kill the application, and actually from one application they don't know other applications exist. So I can hardly distribute something or spread something to it. Actually, compared with two operating systems, it's quite similar, and the security level is quite high. Apple take approach is quite strict. Something like no application can access, can automatically access communications like email, SMS. No application can automatically send SMS. No application can automatically send email without end user's authentication. So basically, a lot of communication cannot be done without end users authentication. However, on Android, it's quite different. By the Android device itself, yes, they have this kind of component, but it allows end user to make a decision. If the end user authorize that kind of applications to access those resources, kernel resources, I mean like user ID, device ID, and send email automatically, then the application can. So Android, they have this kind of capability, but they rely on users to make the decision. But to be honest, how many end users or consumers have this kind of capability or security level to make this kind of decision? This is the question. So for iPhone, Apple, they strictly no, you cannot do that. For Android, they leave the decision to consumers.